Precise Racing Products Super Late Models for their first of 3 8-lap heat races on the pole. Out of Murraysville in the Delmont Instant Oil Change car, Tommy Beck. Outside in the Bachman Trucking. Tommy Beck and Todd Bachman bring the field to the stripe in turn 4, and we're underway. Tommy Beck in the 91 spins in front of the field. Mike Pager Jr. moves to the outside of row number 1. Complete restart, and the green is out. Pager on the outside, Bachman on the low side. Drag race down the back chute. Pager with the lead into turn number 3, and that Roush Yates forward. Bachman is second. Then it's Bagley and Miley. Waring, Rhodes, Beck, and Swartzlander. Mike Pager Jr. pedaling on the outside is your leader down the back straightaway. Chris Rhodes in the 9, moving up into the 5th spot. Brandon Waring to his low side in turn 4, trying to get back to 5th, and he'll do that. Pager leads. Bachman up high, trying to hold on to second. He's got Morgan Bagley and Jared Miley on his tail. Good race for second, third, and fourth. Mike Pager Jr. continues to be your leader as we come to the halfway mark. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. The race for 5th, a good one too, between Waring and Rhodes. Mike Pager Jr. stretching that lead out to more than 2 seconds. Now Jared the Jet slides to second, Mo Bags to third, and Bachman ends up 4th. Chris Rhodes now has separated himself from Brandon Waring in his 5th. 2 laps to go. Pager over Miley, Bagley, Bachman, and Rhodes. Jared the Jet definitely closing in. Miley has turned the fastest lap of the race. He is running down Pager in a hurry. White flag is waving the final lap. Pager Jr. leading over Jared the Jet Miley. Mo Bags, Morgan Bagley third, Todd Bachman 4th. Miley continues to charge. We got a race off of turn 4. Pager will win it by a car length. Miley second, Bagley third, Bachman 4th, and Rhodes 5th. And Swartzlander, Waring, and Beck. Once Jared Miley got to second, he was in a hurry. Car 27 out of level green, outside, 2-time winner this year, second in the Budweiser point standings. And the King Brothers Ready Mix, King Sanitary Services, S-Rock 56, Russ King from Bristolville, Ohio. Sam Eichelberger, the 27, Russ King in the 56 to turn 4. Green is out. Russ King, your leader. Sammy Eichelberger second right now. Gary Lyle makes the pass off of turn 4 for the second spot. Lyle to second. Down on the bottom side, Kenny Sheldonbrand in the 29 up to 4th. Murdoch is 5th, and it's Norris and Eck. Michael Norris around Dave Murdoch through 3 and 4 on the inside as King leads by 2 seconds already. Almost a full straightaway advantage. The Hyde Park hot shoe, Gary Lyle second. He pushes hard into turn number 3. And now Michael Norris with a 9th move through 3 and 4, splitting Murdoch and Eichelberger up into the 4th position after starting last. The Bristolville bad boy, Russ King, your leader off of turn number 4. Kenny Sheldonbrand in the 29 trying to close the gap on the 10 of Gary Lyle. Problems for Doug Eck. He goes to the pits. Eck pits. We're past halfway. King to turn 4. 3 more laps to go. Sheltonbrand now toe-to-toe with Lyle for second off of 4. Kenny Sheltonbrand scored in second, 1/100th ahead of Gary Lyle. Down the back straightaway, they're bumper to bumper. And Michael Norris, the 4th place car, may be catching both. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Trying to win his second heat race of the season. 1 lap waving, white flag waving, 1 lap to go for Russ King. He is to the top of the banking. Kenny Sheltonbrand has solidified himself in second. Lyle is still third, Norris fourth. The checkered flag out for Bristolville, Ohio's Russ King. Second to Kenny Sheltonbrand. Third, Gary Lyle just ahead of Michael Norris. And then Davey Murdoch in car 1 completes the top 5. Your winner out of Bristolville, Ohio, the 56, Russ King, his second heat race win in the Precise Racing 43168,000. Garrett Crummert on the pole in the Turbo Start Racing batteries. Approved Sorthant Reynolds Diamond Tanning number 29 from Butler. Outside of Garrett in car number, their third and final heat race. Green is out. Crummert wants the outside. Ferree goes to the inside, and the race is on off a 2 down the back chute. It's Garrett Crummert just ahead of the A-Train. Brian Swartzlander and Chuck Sarver. John Garvin in that mix for third, fourth, and fifth as well. Ferree, your leader into turn 2. Crummert on the outside trying to get him back down the back chute. Alex now slides up in 4 in front of Garrett. Leaves a lane, though, and Crummert will come back to the outside into turn number 1. Chuck Sarver trying to take third from Brian Swartzlander and makes the pass. Good race here. Crummert up high, Ferree down low off the 4th turn. Side by side. Crummert actually scored the leader by 31/100ths of a second. Sarver now third, Swartzlander fourth, Garvin runs fifth. Back on the attack, Alex Ferree, and this time he's got the lead leaving turn 4 by a couple of car lengths into 1. He'll stay on the bottom, though, and Herman Bertolini has spun out up in turn number 4. Caution out for the 7X. Get your cards. Back underway, the green is out, 4 laps down, 4 to go. Alex Ferree, your leader. Garrett Crummert is second, or is he going to get the lead back? Chuck Sarver in the 88 is third. Brian Swartzlander in the 111 trying to take the third spot. Car length advantage for the A-Train. Crummert tries the inside lane. It's still Ferree in front. He's got a 1-point lead entering tonight on Russ King. King just won his heat, picking up 10 points. The A-Train trying to follow suit. And the Blue Mountain Energy number 10. John Garvin Jr. now brings the Garvin scrap metal J4 up into the 4th position. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Down the back chute, and that Ralph Yates powered rocket. Alex Ferree wins it over Garrett Crummert, Chuck Sarver, John Garvin Jr., and Brian Swartzlander. That is a Lernerville best 5th heat race win. We've had 5. This is our 5th Fab 4. People's TWP sprints for 8 laps. Green is out. Billy Dietrich drives into the lead. Behind him, Brandon Spithaller to second, Danny Curriger in the 08 to third. Mike Miller in the G1 trying to take fourth away from young Mike Bauer, and he does so. Miller up into fourth. Bauer is fifth, and Landrum and Schuster. Billy Dietrich, still your leader as we complete lap 3 of 8. He's about 2/10 quicker than the 22 of Brandon Spithaler. The TLC Court reporting Utilities and Industries Maxim chassis. Off the high side of turn 4 as Pete Landrum breaks into the top 5 in car 44, and Mike Miller moves to third in the G1. Mike Miller to third. Back to fourth is Dan Kuriger. Leading the way is Billy Dietrich over Brandon Spithaler. Two laps to go. On the final go-round, Billy Dietrich has led the entire distance out of Biglerville in central Pennsylvania. Brandon Spithaler is making up some ground as we come to the checkered flag. Spithaler trying to put a late race charge on, but Dietrich will get her down the front stretch first to take the win over Spithaler. Mike Miller in the G1 fourth, then the 08 of Dan Kuriger, Pete Landrum in the 44, and Mike Bauer in the 46. Mally Schuster in the 49 is next. It's his first Lernerville heat race win. Billy Dietrich driving the Skip Doherty number 27. And out of Hermitage, Adam Kekich in the National Speedway Directory. Green is out. 8 laps. Jack Sodeman Jr. grabs the early lead. Scott Priester is second. Race for second now. Eric Williams in the 7, Scotty Priester in the 11, the 13 of Brandon Mattis. And here comes Mighty Mike Lutz in the 5M. Williams just ahead of Priester, Mattis, and Lutz. Huge lead for Jack Sodeman Jr. Brandon Mattis now in a hurry. Outside, inside. Up into the third hole in the Sub-Sac Electric number 13. Your leader, the McClung Auto Body car. Excuse me, your second place car is the McClung Auto Body car of Eric Williams. Your leader is in a different zip code right now. Jack Sodeman Jr. He's turning laps almost a full second faster than the rest of the field. That's unbelievable. He's at 15.1 or 15.047. Williams at 15.837. More than 8 seconds or 8/10 slower than Sodeman. Mattis gaining on Williams for second. 2 laps to go for your leader. The wheelman going to try a slider in turn 4. They'll crisscross down the front chute into turn 1. And Brandon Mattis has the spot. White flag waving for Jack Sodeman Jr. Brandon Mattis second, Eric Williams third. Mike Lutz with a problem in the 5 car. Lutz with a problem in the 5 car. On the final lap, Sodeman wins it. Lutz going again. Mattis to second, Williams to third. Mike Lutz will bring the 5M home fourth ahead of Scott Priester, Adam Kekich, and Jim Schuster. Wow, he only won by 5.8 seconds. Jack Sodeman Jr., nearly a half a lap win, 9 for the year. Aaron also have their programs. Green is out. It's the Boggsville Bullet in the 10. Carl Bowser, the Apollo Rocket in the 2. They did a little crissy-crossy down the back chute into 3. Let's see what happens in turn 4. Lynch in front of Bowser into turn number 1. Third right now is Danny Shetler. A.J. Flick in the 2 is 4th. And then Brent Mattis. Bowser trying to take the lead from Lynch off of 4. A.J. Flick ahead of Danny Shetler now for 3rd. Bowser closing into 4, but Lynch still your leader by a couple of car lengths. 0.3 of a second advantage for the Apollo Rockets. The Boggsville Bullet chasing him. Flick, who was running 3rd, spins in turn 2. Ed Lynch, Carl Bowser bring the field to the green stripe. And Bowser goes back to the inside. Lynch continues to run the top. Shetler is 3rd now. Brent Madison at 33 has raced his way already back up to 4th. Six in the books, 2 to go. A.J. Flick moving to 5th around the 2S of Francis Sesko. Danny Shetler is 3rd. The white flag is waving, signaling the final lap of our 3rd and final People's TWP Sprint Car Heat. Lynch now stretching that lead. It is growing almost out to a second as we come to the checkered flag. The Apollo Rocket, Ed Lynch Jr. winner over the Boggsville Bullet. Danny Shetler 3rd, Brent Mattis 4th, and A.J. Flick gets 5th. And Gil Ruth and Francis Sesko. Tools, Benio's Custom Trucks, Tooley's Truck Repair, the Donna Bergbigler CPA, Gary's Automotive, Jennifer's Design 75 of Jeff Miller. Rick Rogalski in the Rockhouse Bar and Grill, Altmeier's Contracting 13. Of course, that will change in this since they're both in the same heat race. They won't be able to get the same number of points. Into turn 1, Steve Fetter up high. Shingledecker down low. In the middle now. Drag race down the back straightaway. Shingledecker hard into turn 3, comes up across the banking. He's your leader off of turn 4. Jeff Miller in the 75. Moving into the 2nd spot. Cooter King, who won last Saturday at Sharon in the 165, now trying to get 2nd from Miller. And Brad Rapp is coming forward in the 11. He's to 3rd. Miller is 4th, Fetter is 5th. Then Rogalski, Turner, Rex King Sr., and Sean Kozar. Big lead for Jeremiah Shingledecker. He's got 2 heat race wins on the season. He's about to get number 3 unless something changes here. Well, it just did. He drove right off the racetrack in turn 1. Oh, he comes up and King has nowhere to go. A tough break for Cooter King. Shingle, you do? Green back out. Jeremiah Shingledecker. He's still your leader. See how he does in turn 1. He doesn't try that high side this time. He goes in the middle. Brad Rapp on the low side in the 11, and Rex King Sr., the Bristolville Bandit in the 65, now ahead of Rapp slightly into turn 3 for 2nd. He'll make the pass. We're halfway, 4 down, 4 to go. And here comes King trying to make a run off at 2 for the lead, but he slips a little bit. Jeremiah Shingledecker still shows the way. Over Rex King, Brad Rapp, Steve Fetter, Mike Turner, and now Cooter King of the 165 trying to drive his way back up through the field. Sean Kozar in the 3K has spun in turn 1. Caution is out. Coming up after a modified heat races, one more modified heat to go. Rex King in the 65 trying to wrestle the lead away from Jeremiah Shingeldecker, and does, and look at Cooter coming. He went to the outer banks off of turn 2. He's trying to swing to the outside of Brad Rapp at turn 4, and he makes it. He was second, challenging for the lead. He went to the back, and now he's up to third and challenging again. So is the challenge between the front two. Rex Sr. and Jeremiah Shingeldecker, 1 lap to go. Final lap. Rex King off the outside by just a car length, make it 2, 3 car lengths into turn 3. Shingeldecker on the low side. King comes down a groove, and he'll take the win over Shingeldecker, King Jr., Rapp, and Fetter. That is Rex King's first heat race win of the season here at Lernerville. The 65 just ahead of the third. Heinz starter's car for Mars on the pole. Outside, this is a different car than he's been running here. This is a 2013 Troyer. Davey Murdoch and the Steve's Auto Body Murdoch's Auto Parts Diamond Tanning 61 from Slippery Rock. Last week's feature winner, defending track champion, and Rodney Belts, the hot rod in the McElwain Motors 64. Belts with a lot of blue smoke at the start in the 64. Murdoch grabs the lead in the 61. Williamson in the 6. Trying to take it from him, and the close third is Tommy Winkle. Bob Warren in the 96 right now, 4th. Hey, mid-race, mid-pack, we got a heck of a race. Schwartzlander up high, Glenn down low, splitting the 96 of Bob Warren. Brian now 4th, Tom is 5th, and Bob Warren 6th. Leading the way, it's Davey Murdoch over Matt Williamson. Tom Winkle in 3rd. Brian Schwartzlander now, the McCutcheon Enterprises. Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation 83 underneath Williamson, and Winkle making the pass for 3rd. Schwartzlander to 3rd. After starting 6th. Murdoch started 2nd. He's led from the start. Williamson started 3rd, and he's been 2nd. Davey Murdoch in front by more than 2.2 seconds. He has got this different Troyer chassis working mighty strong here tonight. A newer version than the one he had been running this year here. And now less than 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Into turn 1. The Diamond Tanning, Steve's Auto Body, Murdoch Auto Parts, number 61, double duty, Dave Murdoch out of Slippery Rock. By far the fastest car in this one. He has just dominated. And he'll pick up that checkered flag, his first heat race win of the season. Here, Matt Williamson 2nd, 83 Brian Schwartzlander 3rd, then Tom Winkle in the 28 4th. And Ralph McBride in the R13 will get 5th. First win of the season in the heat races here at Lernerville for Dave Murdoch in the 61. Second is scheduled to start. Top 5 finishers will move into tonight's feature. Dan Schwartzlander on the pole out of Freeport in car number 3 from the one Tommy Beck. Dan Swartzlander has got the lead in turn 2. A pretty healthy lead in the early going in this one. Bo Lockwood is second. Doug Eck making progress down low in the 20. He'll challenge Lockwood for second. Eichelberger is fourth, and Brandon Waring right now scored in the 4th spot ahead. No transponder on the Doug Eck car as he moves by Bo Lockwood for second. Lockwood is now third, Waring fourth, and Eichelberger, Beck, and Bertolini. Swartzlander to the top, and Eichelberger over the top of turn 1 in the 27 car. Caution on the speedway for... Into turn 1. Danny down low. Doug was high. He'll follow Swartzlander down the back straightaway. Lockwood is third. Brandon Waring fourth, and Tommy Beck now fifth. Brandon Waring and Bo Lockwood wheel to wheel for third. Swartzlander just ahead of Doug Eck. Eck tries the inside lane through 1 and 2. He gets in front. Justin Nose in front now into 3, almost side by side. Now Eck solidly into the 3rd spot, or to the lead, excuse me. And Swartzlander almost spins. He ends up back in 3rd. And he may be in trouble there. Here comes Brandon Waring and Tommy Beck. We're past halfway. Beck and Waring, 4th and 5th. Swartzlander 3rd and standing on the gas up high. Beck scored in 4th. Now Brandon Waring in the final transfer spot in the B1. Sam Eichelberger and Herman Bertolini not far behind as Tommy Beck in the Delmont Instant Oil Change 91 works underneath Danny Swartzlander in the race for 3rd. Swartzlander still has it. Beck tries to get it. Less than 2 laps to go. Doug Eck, your leader. The Leroy's Towing, Hoagie Hut, Flicks Heating and Plumbing, Lucky's Garage, Rocket. One more time around Lernerville. Bo Lockwood second, Swartzlander third, Beck is fourth, and now Brandon Waring fifth, but Sam Eichelberger in striking distance. That race for 5th. The final transfer spot, Sam Eichelberger on the inside, Brandon Waring up high as Doug Eck takes the win. Bo Lockwood second, Danny Swartzlander third, Tommy Beck fourth, and Brandon Waring will get 5th. Eck, your winner. Lockwood second, Swartzlander third, Tommy Beck fourth, and the final transfer spot starting 6th. The Complete Chiropractic, Cranberry Township, Star Productions, Fleming Tire and Auto 7, Eric Petrowski. First of 3 for the Millerstown Pick-Apart Dirt Car Sportsman. Green is out. Corey, Colin Burke goes around, and Eric Petrowski in the 7 gets a piece of the action. Colin Burke in the 23, Eric Petrowski in the 7, and caught up in that miscue in turn 1 are at the back of the field, and we're back racing. Into turn 1, man, they got it all covered from the bottom to the top. McPherson leads, Schneider in the 19 on the inside, Hanley in the 380 on the outside in the race for second. Brian Schaefer in the 77 up to 4th. Hanley to the outside as Schneider trying to get to second in the 380 auto auction. Oh, the 380 auction car. Meantime, it's the Stans Transmission C33 of Corey McPherson with a huge lead over Chris Schneider, Pat Hanley, Neil Tristani, Colin Burke, Eric Petrowski, and Brian Schaefer. Pat Hanley and Chris Schneider having a good battle for second. Hanley on the bottom side, Schneider on the top side as Pat tries to take over the spot. He was scored in second when they came to the flag stand. by the MB scoring, and he'll clearly have the pass made through 3 and 4. Big lead for Corey Mack at the halfway point. He's got that crate motor, that GM crate motor wound up. Hanley coming forward to second. He started back in the 5th spot. Chris Schneider started in the back row, got a break on that first lap caution with 2 cars behind him, is third. Neil Tristani fourth, and it's Colin Burke, Eric Petrowski, and Brian Schaefer. One more lap to go, 1 to go. Colin Burke in the 23 headed to the pits. He was running 5th the last time by. This will be his 3rd heat race win of the season. Your 2-time defending champion, Corey McPherson, in the C33 takes the checkered flag ahead of Pat Hanley. Chris Schneider 4th to the 73 of Neil Tristani. And then the 7 of Eric Petrowski and the 77 of Brian Schaefer. And the 55S out of Butler, outside in the 25. The Toma Meat Market machine of Brett McDonald. Brett hails from Saxonburg. From Lowville, Ohio, car 32, Mark Sanders. And then the late model feature. And Brett McDonald, the meat wagon, out in front. Mark Sanders, the Lowville, Ohio driver, will take the lead away from Brett through 3 and 4. Terry Young in the 28Y and Jim Fosdon in the 20J are right there as well. Young trying to pass McDonald for second. The Custom Closet, Beer Garden, Mercer Lime, 28Y working right in the middle of the racetrack. Adam Lipinski in the 55 was going to go to the pits, and all of a sudden he made a left turn and said, no, I'm all right. Terry Young is your new leader. That car is really running well this year. He leads over Mark Sanders and Jim Fosdon. Brett McDonald has dropped to 4th in the 25. Young goes to the top of the banking off at 2, and Mark Sanders pulls within a car length as they come to lap 4 halfway. The Brubaker Just Off-Road BT Truck and Auto Service 20 of Jimmy Fosdon now challenging for second. Adam Lipinski about to be lapped as your leaders head into turn 1. Terry Young goes by the 28Y, your leader. Young looking for his first heat race checkered flag of the season, has won a feature, and Chris Schneider also has drove that car to a checkered flag in the A-Main to Sheets Victory Lane. And as the race has gone on, Terry, his lead has grown and grown. Brett McDonald, a problem here on the front stretch. Caution is out. We won't get the checkered. Terry Young had a big lead of 1.3 seconds. Green drops again. Fosnaught goes to the bottom. Young is in the middle, and he's got Mark Sanders coming right behind him. Fosnaught may steal the show here. Into 3 and 4. Jimmy down low. Terry up high. Off of 4. Young will win it. Fosnaught second. Sanders third. Stuyvesant fourth. McDonald recovers for fifth. That was fun. Terry Young, your winner over Jim Fosnaught. Shrek Brothers Racing. Best wholesale tire 3S. Rob Shook near the top of the Budweiser point standings. And the Cables Beer Distributing Deer Lake Pleasant in the Route 66 Auto Supply 66, and Bob Egley from Katanning into number 30. Shrek by a car length over Easler. Rob Shook coming like gangbusters on the inside down the back chute. Joey Zambati to the outside in the 948. Spinning around in turn 4, the 17R of Stan Riggle. We're back. Green is out. Tell you what, that Rob Shook car into the lead. Shrek is second. Caution back out. Not a good start. Okay. Side, it's his race to restart when he fires. There we go. Green is out. Let's see if the results change when they head into turn number 1. Slight lead for Shrek over Rob Shook. Joe Kelly in a 3-wide battle. He's in the middle man down the back chute for third. Super Joe up into the third hole. Then it's Zambati just ahead of Easler, and now Mike Miller joins the battle in the 81. Shrek slips in turn 2, and Rob Shook will take the lead. Mike Miller to the outer banks, down the back chute in the 81, trying to fit to the outside of Joey Zambati for fifth. Aaron Easler in front of those two, had them slipping and sliding down the front straightaway, a little zig and zag. Shook over Shrek. Kelly. Now Zambati gets a hold of some traction on the low side of the 948. Miller's up top. They're running right behind the 66 of Joe Kelly at the halfway point. Stretching that lead, Rob Shook. Zambati just ahead of Miller by less than 4/100ths of a second for fourth, as Kelly has a run on Schreckengoss for second. 2 more laps in this one. 2 laps to go. Oh, Miller crossed up in the 81 and spins around. You don't see that very often. Mike Miller in the Diamond Steel Construction. Saw a great finish in the last race for the Millerstown Pickup Park Dirt Car Sportsman. For a lot of good cars, not much separation between them. Well, 1, 2, and 3 are single foul. After that, cover your eyes, man. It's crowded. It is Shook over Kelly and Zambati, then Schreckengoss, Egley, Easler, Miller, and Riggle all together as we come to the checkered flag. Rob Shook wins over Joe Kelly, Joey Zambati, Paul Schreckengoss. Mike Miller ends up fifth on the outside in the 81. Then Bob Egley, Stan Riggle, and Aaron Easler. Talk about a mad scramble. Rob Shook gets the window in the 6th. Cars for 25 laps. Precise Racing products so far this year in the late models. Russ King in the 56 has 2 wins. Alex Free in the 10 has 1 win, and Mike Pegger in the 1C has 1 win. Who will be the hot shoe tonight? 2 of the front 3 start season. 2 wins, a second and a fourth. Some of the cream is already at the top. Can someone change that? We'll find out. Precise Racing Super Lates are underway. Free and King haul it through turns 1 and 2. They'll be 1, 2, and Miley will be 3 down the back chute. Kenny Sheltonbrand is 4th into turn 3. The A-Train in front of the Bristolville Bad Boy and Jared the Jet. Sheltonbrand running 4th. Morgan Bagley is up to 5th in car 14. Free over King and Miley. Sheltonbrand still 4th. Bagley a close 5th. Pegger's up to 6th after starting 10th, and it's Bachman, Lau, and Crummert together down the back straightaway. Free stretching it out here in the early going. Bagley has cleared Sheltonbrand for 4th. We got a car over the back straightaway. It's the 88 of Chuck Sarver. His career super late model wins now here at Lernerville. Well up in the top 10. We got a long way to go, 22 laps to be exact. Race on in turn 2, it's still Free, King and Miley. Sheltonbrand and Bagley toe-to-toe. King goes underneath the A-Train into 3 and 4. Off of 4 they come. Pegger quickly up to 6th again. Norris is up to 7th after starting 11th. Bagley putting the heat on Jared Miley for 3rd as Pegger starts to pressure Sheltonbrand for 5th. King keeping pace with race leader Alex Free. 6 laps in, 19 to go. Miley slips over the banking down the backstretch off at turn 2. Morgan Bagley jumps into the 3rd spot in car 14. Jared the Jet trying to get back around him. He'll duck underneath into turn 1. Bagley is 3rd, Miley is 4th. Sheltonbrand 5th, Pegger 6th, Norris 7th. Caution on turn 4 high side to 3 car. Race student ticket 083777. Let's get back to the race right now. Precise Racing late model feature is back underway. Free leads. King is 2nd, Bagley 3rd, then it's Miley, Sheltonbrand, and Pegger looking for real estate in turn 4. Norris on the inside of Pegger. Moving into the 6th spot by a nose that time by. Mike Pegger's back around Mike Norris down the back chute. Free with a great restart, able to stretch the lead a bit. King is 2nd, Bagley is 3rd, Miley 4th. Then it's Sheltonbrand, Pegger, and Norris. Pegger now clears Kenny Sheltonbrand, but the caution is back out. We got a problem again in turn 4. This time it's the 10L of Gary Lott. Front row the same as the way they started. The A-Train and Russ King. Alex on the gas again as the green waves. Able to get a nice restart. King goes in a little higher, trying to carry momentum. Bagley to his low side down the back chute. Pegger now trying to work under Jared the Jet for fourth. King off the second turn, trying to pull within 3 or 4 car lengths of the race leader. Davey Murdoch is coming forward in the 1 car. He's under the 29 of Kenny Shelterbrand. Garrett Crummert right in the mix there as well. Murdoch started back in the 14th spot. John Garvin Jr. off the bottom of turn 2, almost passing Crummert and Murdoch. The recycler who started 12th. Murdoch goes back to the outside. That's where that car has been the best. Meantime, out in front, single file formation for Ferree, King, and Bagley. Pegger now underneath Miley. And Mike able to make the pass for fourth. Jared the Jet helps him down the front chute in the Calusi Chevy H1. As Pegger's come from 10th to 4th, Miley is 5th now. Norris is 6th. Out in front is Ferree, King, and Bagley. Less than 10 laps to go. Less than 10 laps to go for the A-Train. Alex Ferree. The Blue Mountain Energy, Franklin Racing, Butler Pre-Owned, American Diecast, Roush Yates Rockets. Ahead of the King Brothers Ready Mix. King Sanitary Services 56 of Russ King. Ferree over the back of the back straightaway. Hasn't slowed him down thus far. He was 3rd last week, and King was 4th behind Mike Pegger and John Garvin Jr. Bagley 3rd with Pegger now a close 4th. Miley is 5th, Norris 6th, Sheltonbrand 7th. Garvin is up to 8th. Crummert and Murdoch race for 9th and 10th. Russ King is closing in on the A-Train. Things are getting crowded up front. King has closed in as your leaders catch the back of the field. Ferree's car looks like it might be getting a little tight. The A-Train squeezes between Bo Lockwood and the wall. Morgan Bagley now feeling the pressure from Mike Pegger Jr. for 3rd. And Miley and Norris having their own race for 5th. Pegger now trying to pass Bagley. Bagley still 3rd, Pegger 4th that time by, and all of a sudden the A-Train has opened it back up over Russ King. Pegger edging ahead of Bagley will make the pass for 3rd into 3. Mike has come from 10th. Having another really good run here tonight. The number 1 Cochran McClymonds Transit car. Three laps to go, 3 to go. Thick traffic ahead of race leader Alex Ferree. He hauls her into 3 and 4 on the outer banks. 2 laps to go. King 2nd. Pegger just ahead of Bagley in 3rd. Norris has taken over 5th. Miley has dropped to 6th. Garvin is 7th. Sheltonbrand is 8th. Murdoch is 9th, and Crummert is 10th. Off of 4, the A-Train takes the white flag. He went wire to wire last Saturday at Pittsburgh, led all 25 laps. Trying to do the same here tonight and join Russ King as a 2-time winner in 2014 at the Action Track. The Joe Corrado 10, the Blue Mountain Energy Rocket, is your winner. King will get second. Bagley captures third, back away from Pegger. Fifth will go to Norris. Miley is sixth, and Garvin, Sheltonbrand, Murdoch, and Crummertz. He is the leading winner on the circuit with 4 wins now in 2014. He's won twice here, and he's won advantage of those good pill draws. Unfortunately, when you win, he won't be starting on the pole next week or tomorrow night at Pittsburgh. But when you start up front, you like to finish up front, and Alex Free was able to do that again here tonight. His second win here this year in the Blue Mountain Energy Franklin Racing Supply American Diecast number 10. How about a nice hand for the A-Train? Awesome Alex Free in Sheets Victory Lane. He's feeling mighty spry. Mindy Norris, Ms. Lernerville will be presenting him with the trophy tonight. What else we got for you? We got beef sticks, we got Turner's Iced Tea, Snyder Perlated Chip. Yeah, Thomas beef sticks. They'll look mighty good right there. Congratulations, man! You're on a roll right now. You get not only on a roll, but who's drawing you these #1 starting spots?
That's Mary and Todd. They do a great job pulling them pills for me so far the past couple weeks. Started on the pole at Pittsburgh, started to pull tonight. I mean, it would have been a hard night to start any further back. I mean, King gave me, I could see him a couple times here and there, and that track was just so slick and so smooth. I mean, it was an awesome track, but the passing was at a premium tonight.
With about 7 to go, the lead shrunk. Were you struggling there for a little bit because you opened it back up at the end?
Yeah, I started getting a little tight in the middle, so I tried slowing down, and that didn't help. I was trying to see if I could actually make it rotate a little better and wait on the car, and it actually made it worse, so I started picking the pace back up.
People you need to thank?
Joe and Mary, first and foremost, car owners, they're great. Mom, Dad, wife Brenda, Mike, Mason, Angela, Todd, Rich. I know I'm forgetting people, I always do. Just thanks to all my crew and all my sponsors, Franklin, Blue Mountain Energy, ADC, Butler Pre-Owned, everybody. Can't do it without them guys. They do so much work during the week to get us there and to get me up here every week.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Alex Free, your winner in the Precise Racing Super Lates. It is Lernerville, Ms. Lernerville reunion night. We've got Mandy Golick up here, Michaela Gaitis, and of course our current Ms. Lernerville, Mindy Norris, presenting the hardware tonight. All right, get your safety raffle tickets out. Before we go any further, let's give away $1,530. $1,000. He will pick up a cool $500 bonus from Eraser's Go-Kart Park on Route 68, 4 miles west of Butler. But he must win this feature. And that feature Can the Turkey do the same? Turkey on the pole, the Apollo rocket to his outside. 25 laps, and the green is out. Williams has the lead off of turn 2. Lynch right behind him. Turkey off the very, very bottom. He's hugging the rail, and Lynch is flying on the outside. Williams will lead lap number 1. He's committed to the inside. Lynch trying to work the middle high. Danny Shetler is third in the 7. Here comes the Boggsville Bullet. Carl Bowser already to 4th. He started 7th. Bowser to 3rd. And the Terry Bowser Excavating. Turner's Iced Tea, number 10. Out in front, it is the McClung Auto Body Approved Toilet Rentals, number 7, with the Mercedes Motorsports Large Contracting 2 of Ed Lynch Jr. trying to close in. Carl Bowser is 3rd. Danny Shetler and Jack Soderman Jr. are next. Then it's Brandon Mattis and Billy Dietrich. Lynch goes to the low side, trying to catch up to Turkey. Williams continues to hit his marks. He'll go high through 3 and 4. Lynch will stay on the bottom. 20 laps to go. 20 laps to go. It's definitely a track where you got to find where your car is working. Car high in 1 and 2. It's Mike Miller. He brings it back down on the back chute. He's still going straight. Traffic not far ahead of the race leaders as they leave turn 2. Eric Williams, Ed Lynch Jr., Carl Bowser. Brandon Mattis now trying to take the 4th spot from the 23 of Jack Soderman Jr. off of 4. Soderman just ahead of Mattis. Eric Williams now trying to lap cars to the inside of Gil Ruth into turn 3. Squeezes in there. Off of turn 4. His lead has actually grown here. The Apollo Rocket 2nd. The Boggsville Bullet 3rd. Soderman 4th. Mattis 5th. Shetler is 6th. Lutz is 7th. Dietrich 8th. Priester 9th. And Brent Mattis runs 10th. More traffic as your leaders exit turn 4. Ooh, contact. Mally Schuster moves up and into the leader, Eric Williams, who's still going. See if there's any damage on the left rear wheel. So far, so good. Lynch trying to close in. And now Bowser has got a rear full of Jack Soderman and Brandon Mattis. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Not much separation off of turn 4 with 15 laps to go. Lynch has closed the gap on Williams. Williams pinned underneath the 2S of Francis Sesko in turn 4, able to pass him coming off. Ed Lynch trying to seize the opportunity with Williams bottled up a bit to gain some ground. Carl Bowser still 3rd, followed by Jack Soderman Jr., Brandon Mattis, and Danny Shetler. Then it's Mike Lutz, Scott Priester, Brent Mattis, A.J. Flick. Billy Dietrich, then A.J. Flick. Here come your leaders. Into turn 3 as we come to the halfway mark. They're side by side in front of Eric Williams and Ed Lynch Jr. as they leave turn 4. Turkey trying to split Pete Landrum and Mike Miller, and does so. Lynch not letting him get away. The Apollo Rocket to the bottom of turn 4, trying to pull alongside of Williams. Can't do it right now. 11 laps to go. Bowser still 3rd. Soderman 4th. Mattis is 5th. Shetler is 6th. We got a problem in turn 1 on the outside. Mike Miller in the G1 has 11 laps to go. Single foul to the cone. No passing till the cars are beyond the cone here at the flag stand. The green is out. Lynch to the outside, Williams on the inside. Turkey with great forward bite down the back chute. Still your leader, the Apollo Rocket. Sailing on the top side of turn 4, down the front stretch. He's got to run into 1. Lynch trying to slingshot. Williams for the lead. He'll duck it and keep it low and take the lead away. Ed Lynch Jr. takes the lead from Eric Williams. Williams back to the low side. Lynch stays up top through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. 9 laps to go. Both cars looking for the same real estate in 1 and 2. Bowser is 3rd. 4th is Soderman. Mattis is 5th. Shetler still 6th. Lutz is 7th. 8 laps remaining. 8 to go. Boy, back through the field, down the backstretch into 3. A lot of side-by-side and sometimes 3 wide battles as they come off of 4. And your leaders are going to be catching that pile of cars here in a short amount of time. Lynch, your leader, Mike Miller, looks like he's headed to the pits. No lap traffic through your first 6 cars. Lap starting to wind down as we get. This will be lap 20 coming up. Just over 5 laps to go. The Mercedes Motorsports large contracting. 2L of Ed Lynch Jr. trying to get his 108th. That's right, 108th sprint car win here at the action track. Off the high side of 4. He's got a little breathing room as he catches the back of the field. To the outside of Gale Ruth. Williams stays cemented to the bottom. He'll follow Lynch to the outside through 3 and 4. Bowser 3rd, Soderman 4th, Mattis 5th, Shetler 6th, Lutz is 7th. Brent Mattis is 8th. Scotty Priester moves to 9th. Billy Dietrich is 10th. Thick traffic for your leaders down the back straightaway. Eric Williams again trying to close the margin. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go, and look at this gaggle of cars in front of the leaders as they head into turn number 1. Things could get interesting. Down the back straightaway. Lynch so far making the right moves. He'll go high into turn number 3. Williams to the bottom. 1 lap to go, 1 to go. The Apollo Rocket, the all-time leading winner in the People's TWP Sprint Cars at Lernerville. His biggest lead now into turn 3 on the final lap. His 108th sprint car win at the action track. Ed Lynch Jr. over Eric Williams, Carl Bowser, Jack Soderman, and Brandon Mattis. He'll be making his 108th sprint car appearance in Sheets Victory Lane here at Lernerville. Ed Lynch Jr. taking the lead away. Michaela and Mandy will be coming up here to join our winner. The Apollo Rocket, the Mercedes Motorsports large contracting. 2L of Ed Lynch Jr. How about a nice hand real quick, though, before we congratulate Eddie. Matt Mikolas, our honorary flagman here on Friday nights, celebrating a birthday this week, I'm told. Huh, Matt? Yes. All right. How about a nice happy birthday to Matt? And how about a nice hand for the Apollo Rocket, Ed Lynch Jr., your winner in the People's TWP Sprint Cars. One thing about it, Ed, you always get a reaction when you get here.
Yeah, we always get a reaction here at the hometown track, but it was a pretty tricky track, you know, and I think lap traffic helped me out. He had a really good, nice line going there, and you know, I only had one shot, and then after that, I just had to work the traffic.
You made the right moves late in the race, and you're never sure, you know, in those situations.
Well, you're never sure. I mean, that's how I got him, was in lap traffic, so sometimes seconds better, but I just kept trying to go as quick as I could, and you know, the car worked well, and we shook down some things that we wanted, and you know, we're ready for the firecracker.
I was going to say, were you for the firecracker? Put some fenders on it. You never know.
That's what everybody in the pits is saying. Everybody's walking around. I'm pitted in the second row, and everybody's walking around. We're getting ready for the firecracker. We're getting ready for the firecracker.
Who knows? Hey, you weren't happy with the car in the feature the last time we were here. So what you tried made it better?
Yes. This is a different car, and we made it better. We ran this one at Mercer, and it was more racy, and the other one just had a lot of power. We had to tame it down.
Congratulations, number 108.
Well, thank you. We want to keep going. I think Lynn Geisler's around there somewhere on the line.
Yeah, he's getting close. I don't think he got you yet, but you two can go at it, all right?
All right.
All right, have a nice hand, folks. The Apollo Rocket, Ed Lynch Jr., a winner in the People's TWP Sprints. Turkey close to getting that Eraser's bonus bucks money, but unable to do it there. So that means next week it'll be worth, what, $600? And it'll be in the late model division next week. We'll draw from the top 10 in the point standings. And whoever's drawn will be the Eraser's bonus bucks driver. Point standings after tonight in the sprints. Budweiser points. Carl Bowser in the 10 with 179. Your leader, Jack Soderman Jr. second in the 23 with 152. Just 3 ahead of the 13 of Brandon Mattis, who has 149. 5, Mike Lutz is fourth with 132. And Danny Shetler is fifth in the 7K with 125. You know, Ed was right. Lynn has 109 late model wins, and Ed has 108 sprint car wins, and Ed he also has 1 modified win. So both of them have 109 wins here at Lernerville. Deal Modifieds, Deal Auto Group, Dirt Car Mods, on to the action track for their 25-lap feature. Starting on the pole, Rex King Jr. Cooter King out of Bristolville, Ohio, the 165 outside. The all-time leading modified winner here at Lernerville, Brian Swartzlander from Leechburg in car 83. Tom Winkle from Mars in the 28. Steve Feder from Butler in the 45 will go third and fourth. Then the R13 of Ralph McBride and the 65 of Rex King Sr. 7th and 8th, the 11 of Brad Rapp and the 37 of Jeremiah Shingledecker. 9th and 10th, the 61 of Dave Murdoch, and last week's winner, Matt Williamson in the 6. 96, Mike Turner starts 11th, and Tom Glenn in the 83 T12. Here they come. Rex King Jr., 165. Flying Brian Swartzlander in the 83. Deal Modifieds. Green is out. King has the lead. Brian slips high. He'll be second. Rex Sr. in the 65 into third, challenging for second into turn number 4. Winkle is fourth. Ralph McBride fifth. He's got Jeremiah Shingledecker to his inside in turn 1. He holds him off. McBride running fifth. Brad Rapp on the attack on the outside in the 11. Rex Sr. and Brian Swartzlander continue their race for second. King now makes the pass. Winkle fourth. Rapp is up to fifth, and it's Shingledecker, McBride. And on the outside comes Davey Murdoch in the 61 car. Murdoch and Shingledecker both around McBride as Matt Williamson joins the mix there in the back end of the top 10. Rex King Jr., who a winner last week at Sharon. He's opening up a healthy advantage here in the first few laps. Rex King Sr. second, Brian Swartzlander third. Tommy Winkle, Brad Rapp, Jeremiah Shingledecker, and Davey Murdoch having a heck of a race. And now Matt Williamson right behind them. Rapp leaves turn 2 and 4th. Winkle trying to hold on to 5th. Shingledecker to his outside. 20 laps to go. Cooter King out in front by almost 2 seconds. He and his dad come into the night tied for the Budweiser points lead in the Deal Modifieds. Matt Williamson in the 6, passing the 28 of Tom Winkle. Williamson has drove from 10th to 7th in the first 6 laps as Sean Kozar pits in car 3 in front of your leader. Davey Murdoch to the outer side of turn 3 and 4, trying to carry some high side momentum and run down to 37 of Jeremiah Shingledecker. Cooter King and the King Brothers Ready Mix. Jim Brown Seat Sales, King Sanitary Services 165. Couple of wins this year at Sharon, tried to get his second here at Lernerville. So Alex Ferree went last Saturday at Pittsburgh and here tonight, and Tom Winkle's off the pace in car 28 down at the end of the front straightaway in turn 1. Winkle limping around the racetrack trying to get that car back to the pits. Appears to be under power, but the caution is out. It's the King and King show. A pair of kings on the front row. Rex Jr. on the inside, his dad on the outside, and we're back underway. 16 laps from Sheets Victory Lane. Still King and King, Swartzlander, Rapp, and look at Shingledecker in the 37 comes scooting down the back side, the bottom side of the backstretch. Davey Murdoch trying to make it 3 wide on the very, very top of turn 4. He'll guide both Swartzlander and Shingledecker. Murdoch started back in the 9th spot. He is up to 4th. Swartzlander slips all the way back to the 7th spot down the back chute in the 83. Williamson off the rail of turn 4 on the low side, trying to close green ground on Jeremiah Shingledecker. Rex King Jr. once again pulling away. Davey Murdoch doing the high side hustle through 3 and 4. He's really able to pick up some ground coming off the corners up against the ledge. More in 3 and 4 than 1 and 2. Matt Williamson on the low side now, trying to move into 4th. He'll be 5th. Murdoch is 4th. Rapp is 3rd. Rex King Sr., the Bristolville Bandit, is 2nd. And Cooter King is still your leader. He is led from the get-go. We are past halfway. Williamson now underneath Brad Rapp, trying to take 3rd away. He started 10th in the S&W Service Center. Bicknell Racing, number 6. He finds the traction down the back straightaway. Murdoch finds the traction in turn 4 on the outside. Williamson now trying to move around and duck under Rex King Sr. into turn 1. Rapp right behind Williamson, and now Murdoch right behind Rapp. Good race, 2nd through 5th. 2 by 2. Williamson and King rubbing rails down the front chute. Mighty Matt has climbed from 10th to 2nd. Does he have anything for the race leader? Rex King Jr. out in front by 2.2 seconds. Yeah, Williamson just ran the fastest lap of the race. Matt Williamson just turned the fastest lap of the race. Seven laps from Sheets victory lane. Davey Murdoch 4th, challenging Rex Sr. for 3rd in turn 1. They are side by side through 3 and 4. Murdoch makes the pass. Davey has come from 9th to 3rd. Williamson has come from 10th to 2nd. The lead has kind of solidified. It was 2.2, then it got down to 1.8. Now it's 1.7 seconds. 5 laps to go. It's shrinking. Matt Williamson 3/10 quicker that lap, down to 1.4 seconds. King down the backstretch trying to lap Rick Rogalski into turn 3. The ground, the lead for the difference between 1st and 2nd, the ground is certainly getting smaller. And Davey Murdoch might be as fast as the front 2. Matt Williamson definitely on the charge. He's closing in a more. Carl Murdoch slips in front of the leader. Cooter King had a decision to make off of turn 4. Now Matt Williamson is right behind him into turn 1. King to the outside of Murdoch. Keep your eyes on Davey Murdoch and watch Matt Williamson. He's closed in on Cooter. 2 to go. Murdoch in the middle. Williamson coming off the bottom. King to the outside. 2 laps from the win. Who's going to be? Carl Murdoch, lap car, then his son Davey in 3rd. Down the back straightaway, Matt Williamson pulls within a car length of the leader. Rex Jr. has led from the start. 1 lap to go. King trying to protect the inside. Into 1 and 2. Murdoch behind him down the back straightaway. King drifts high. Here comes Williamson. Into 3, coming to the checkered flag. Cooter shuts the door. Murdoch rolling the top side. It's going to be King, Williamson, Murdoch. Rex Sr. 4th. Brad Rapp 5th. You'll also get the beef sticks from Toma Meat Market, the Snyder potato chips, the Turner's Premium Iced Tea, King Brothers Ready Mix, King Sanitation Services, Bristol Disposal, Reese Services, all kinds of sponsors on the Cintas 165. So Brother Russ brings his late model home second. Rex Jr. brings the modified home first. And what, Dad got a 4th tonight, I believe. So once again, the Kings all in the top 5. All right, Lernerville, how about a nice hand your deal modified winner, Rex Cooter King. Goes wire to wire. Matt Williamson certainly put the charge on. He and David Murdoch coming forward like gangbusters there the last half of that race. When you start up front, man, you got to be careful, don't you? You never know what's coming on, what's going on behind.
Well, the track was in Matty's favor. I knew he wouldn't be long till he got there, and I didn't want to see that yellow, but I guess in a way it could have helped us too.
And lap traffic at the end. It got kind of crowded.
I'm going to tell you, that one car, it was struggling.
Hey, somebody told me that the men's restroom, the urinals smell really good in it.
They should. I mean, this Rish, Lernerville's too cheap to put a whole urinal screen in there, so I had to bring some of my own.
King Sanitation Services, new sponsor here at the Action Track.
Yeah, that's right.
You're having a great season.
So far, so good. Starting up front helps.
People you need to thank.
All my sponsors, all my guys, my girlfriend, my parents, my grandparents. I mean, I couldn't do it without anybody. We got, you know, we had a great group of guys here. We lost one of our head crew chiefs over the winter, and, you know, we just want to keep winning races for him, and this is another one for him.
You know, when you started the night, you were running real good in the heat, and then, bang, Jeremiah gets out of shape. You reckon you're probably thinking, man, here we go, and here we are.
Right. Well, I mean, it was all my fault. Jeremiah got over there, and I wasn't paying enough attention, I guess. I don't even know. I don't know, but, yeah, it was a rough start tonight, but we ended up okay.
It's not how you start the night, it's how you finish the night, right?
That's correct.
How about a nice hand, folks? Cooter King, your winner in the deal modifieds. Okay, point standings look like this. The Budweiser point standings in the deal modifieds after the feature. Your winner, Rex King Jr., now with 170. His father, Rex, with 166. Dave Murdoch is third with 157. And Brad Rapp in the 11 is fourth with 155. 15 points separating 1 through 4. Jeremiah Shingledecker is fifth. Matt Williamson sixth. And Brian Schwartzlander and Tom Winkle are tied for seventh. Pat Hanley in the 380 and the 66 of Joe Kelly, fifth and sixth. Row 4, the 9 of Brian Stuyvesant, the 948 of Joey Zambotti. Rob Shook will go ninth in the 64 outside the 3S of Paul Schreckengoss. Row number 6, C33, Corey McPherson, the 28Y of Terry Young. Eric Petrosky in the 7 and the 25 of Brett McDonald in row 7. Then the 81 of Mike Miller and the 77 of Brian Schaefer. Row 9, the 29B of Scott Byers and the 30 of Bob Egley. Then the 75 of Dave Benish, flanked by the 21 of Jeff Miller. Stan Riggle in the 17R and the 23 of Colin Burke. And here we go. Final race of the night. 20 laps for the Millerstown Pickup Art Dirt Cars Sportsman. We're underway. We got a wreck. Is out. Complete restart. Mark Sanders, your leader over Jim Fosnaught. And we got a spin in turn 2. It's the 77 of Brian Schaefer this time. That came out after the wreck up in turn, or the spin in turn 1. So Brian Schaefer will go to the back. Pat Hanley. Let's hope the third time's a charm. Sanders leads. Fosnaught and Snyder battle for second. Mark Sanders. Caution is out. In the 32, Scott Bowman in the 19. Scott Bowman's 19, driven by Chris Schneider. As they accelerate down the front straightaway. Schneider has got the bit of an edge going into turn 1. Let's see what happens leaving turn 2. Schneider out in front by Carling. Sanders second. Fosnaught sits in third. Joey Zambotti in the 948. And Pat Hanley in the 380. And the caution again. This has been a painful start to the... Laps have been hard to come by in this one. We've run about 50. We've got one counted. Hopefully that will change. Chris Schneider leads Mark Sanders, car 32. Jimmy Fosnaught and Joey Zambotti and Pat Hanley. Fosnaught trying to sneak into second. He'll have the second spot off the second turn. Sanders and Hanley now racing for third. Sanders slips out of that bottom groove, and Joey Zambotti tries to pass him on the inside, and Pat Hanley's got to run on the outside. Bob Egley right behind Joey Zambotti for fifth, as Fosnot tries to catch up to Chris Schneider, who's trying to win two in a row in two different cars. He builds most of these cars, a lot of them anyway, so I guess you ought to know how they work. Mark Sanders slips a little in turn four, as he was about even with Pat Hanley for a while. Joey Zambotti trying to hold off Bob Egley in the race for fifth and sixth. Brett McDonald in the 25 is seventh. Aaron Eastler, who was clear at the back, in fact started dead last in the 11 car. Now he's running the 602 crate. He's running probably as little horsepower as anybody out there with the slick track. He's coming forward. The alternative power source is number 11. A lot of good cars back there. Rob Shook in the 64. Mike Miller in the 81. Corey McPherson the C33. Terry Young in the 28Y. Some of the top dogs having to claw their way from the back of the field. Schneider maintains a lead of about a half a second over Jimmy Fosnot. Stan Riggle back on the speedway in the 17. Zambotti's car is still missing. They thought they had the electrical issue solved in the 948, but it sounded like it's still got a miss. He's running fifth as Fosnot tries to take the lead from Schneider, who really pushed off the fourth turn that time. Almost to halfway. Things are tightening up. Jimmy Fosnot within a car length of Chris Schneider as they race into three. Into four. Fosnot has his nose in front as they leave the fourth turn. Fosnot is your leader by 6/1000ths of a second that lap. Jimmy now by 1-2 car lengths in front into turn three. Mark Sanders third, Pat Hanley fourth, Zambotti fifth, Egley is sixth, McDonald seventh, Shook is eighth, Eastler is ninth, McPherson has raced his way back up to 10th. Mike Miller is 11th in the 81. Working lap traffic down the back straightaway. Jimmy Fosnot looking for his second win of the year. The Brubaker Just Off-Road, BT Truck and Auto Service, Haas Demolition and Excavating, number 20J. Getting pinned to the low side by Stan Riggle. Fosnot will clear him in turn two. With McPherson running at the back of the top 10 and Fosnot leading, Jimmy could take the points lead tonight in the Millerstown Pick-Apart Sportsman class. The Budweiser points chase a long way from over, but it's a heck of a battle in this division. With only 6 points separating the top four. Oh, Scott Beyer spins in front of your leader. Caution out to that point. Driving the Scott Bowman, number 19 tonight. The Renner driver. Mark Sanders in the 32 is third. Pat Hanley in the 380. Then Joey Zambotti, who still sounds like he's got a bit of an electrical issue as the car was missing. Rob Shook and Corey McPherson are in contention after both going to the back of the field earlier in this one. They're well up into the top 10 now and looking for more down the back chute. Shook in the 64 trying to break into the top 5, and McPherson to his low side. Egley to the outside. A crowded race in turn 4 and a crowded race out in front. Chris Schneider had the lead back on that lap. Schneider scored as the leader that lap. by 5/1000th of a second. 5 to go, race fans, 5 to go. Fosnaught back in front. Hanley is third. Sanders, Egley, Shook, and Terry Young. Terry Young's another driver that's come from the back of the field. We stay green as Brian Schaefer spins and keeps going into 77. Hey, they're 3 wide for about 7th. Zambotti, McPherson, and Young gets blocked by Zambotti pushing up the racetrack. It's getting to be rock'em sock'em there. The second half of the top 10. Rob Shook now in the 64 has raced his way back to the top 5. Fosnaught leads. Schneider is second. Hanley is third. Sanders is fourth. Less than 3 to go. Problems on the front straightaway. Caution is out. Colin Burke in the 23, Scott Byers in the 29B, Jeff Miller in the 21, the Riggle 17, and the Lipinski 55 pretty much just came to a stop to avoid the 3 laps from the finish. Fosnaught trying to win 2 on the year. Schneider trying to win 2 in a row in 2 different cars. Mark Sanders just ahead of Pat Hanley, still for third. Fosnaught leads by a car length. Bob Egley trying to get back into the top 5 into 30. Rob Shook underneath him in turn 4. Corey McPherson is in the mix too. Is Brett McDonald, Terry Young, Mike Miller, and Joey Zambotti. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Schneider goes higher, looking for more momentum. Fosnaught running the bottom. 1 lap from calling it a night. Going to the wire again. Jim Fosnaught, Chris Schneider, Mark Sanders, Pat Hanley. Hanley scored in third that lap. Rob Shook is 5th. Schneider standing on the gas up high, trying to close in on Fosnaught as we come to the checkered flag. Jimmy Fosnaught looking to take over the point to win his 2nd of the year. He comes off the bottom of turn 4. He'll get the checkered flag over Chris Schneider. Pat Hanley 3rd, Mark Sanders 4th, and Rob Shook 5th. Already climbing out of the car in Sheets Victory Lane in the Millerstown Pickup Park Dirt Car Sportsman. Jimmy Fosnaught back in the fast lane tonight. Running for the 2nd time in 2014. And when he hasn't been winning, he's been very, very close to the, I don't think he's been out of the top 5. I don't know if he's been out of the top 5 at all. So, not by much. He'll get the hardware from Mandy, and Michaela. Those Toma beef sticks, the Turner's iced tea, the Snyder potato chips.
Grab the trophy, bud.
Son Hayden up here with him. Wasn't here the last time. It's nice to win with your little one here tonight, huh?
Yeah, he wasn't here last time, and actually I got a lot of friends here, but this guy's the most important out of everybody. But I got a lot of friends here, Dave and Chuck and Tamika and Avi and Tone and Chutch and Caden and Jackie and Allie and Amanda. So I can't keep going. I know I'll be here all night, but let me get a sip of this. I'm thirsty.
Really good race. You know, you and Chris went back and forth. He had the lead. You got the lead. He actually got the lead back there. I think it was about lap 14, and then you calmly just went back to the front.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the track's pretty darn slick tonight, but actually, Chris, I wanted to tighten the car up, and he told me what to do. We didn't go too drastic, which is good, but he's the one that gave me the heads up on what to do. But obviously, everybody knows I don't run the high line, and the bottom was where it was at, and it just worked out with the cautions and everything. And I gotta thank God for blessing me with all these people and for giving me the opportunity to do this.
I said, when you haven't won, you've been near the front. Your car's been so consistent every night.
You know, we took it down to SS chassis in the off season, and Chris made some changes, updated it. It's still a 2010 chassis, but his new chassis, he did all the updates to it to obviously make it better, because we had some issues last year without handling well, and obviously it worked. And you know, this Ingram engine is got a lot of power, but you can't use it on a track like this.
Slower is faster.
That's, you know, my brother always says that, slow is fast, and somebody told him that years ago, and I'm learning that.
Sponsors you need to thank.
Haas Excavation and Demolition, Ingram Engines, BT Truck and Auto, SS Chassis, Brewbaker's Just Off-Road Performance, Stello's Pizzeria, Animal Graphics, Antler Graphics, the Oberg family, the Hilla family, FTM Racing, and my son and my whole crew. They put me in a good car for a couple years, and
Drivers catching up.
It took me a long time to get here, but I hope they keep coming, and I'm having a great time. This year I said we're coming out, no stress, we're just going to have fun. Whatever happens, happens, and we're here in Victory Lane.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All righty, how about a nice hand, folks, for Jimmy Fosnaught, your winner in the Millerstown Pick-Apart Dirt Car Sportsman. Folks, thanks for coming out. Be careful going home. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you back here Friday night. And those of you still in earshot, Dale Blaney, the World of Outlaw winner tonight at Attica. And the Millerstown Pick-Apart Dirt Car Sportsman Budweiser point standings. Jimmy Fosnaugh, your leader, now with 176. Corey McPherson second with 167, and tied for third with 164. Terry Young and Rob Schulk, with Mark Sanders fifth at 156, 20 points separating the top five.